Hey guys, it's Greg from Bit Goblin again, and today we're going to take a look at how to self-host a Minecraft Java Edition server. It's pretty cool, trust me. Can't you tell by the expression on my face?
You smell that? It smells like a bit goblin.
By this point in time, you have probably already heard of Minecraft by now, and you've also come to some sort of conclusion that you either love it, you hate it, or you have some weird, complicated relationship with it. So I don't really need to explain what Minecraft is, but there is one cool feature of Minecraft that I'm sure is likely at least partially why it became so popular. You can self-host your own server. Now, this may not seem super special since there are plenty of other games that you can host servers for, and ultimately, what does it matter who hosts a server? It's the same game, right? Well, yes, the game is the same, but for people like me, it is really cool to host services like this that can get some use out of them. And in my opinion, it's also really cool being able to build your server exactly the way you want it. You want a tiny, low powered server hosted on a Raspberry Pi for yourself and maybe like one or two others? Cool. You want a massive fleet of powerful servers for a huge gaming community? That can be done as well. Just check out Linus Tech Tips. You want to add a bunch of mods to make the game like super weird and essentially an entirely different game? That's doable as well. And that's the beauty of self-hosting this stuff. You can make it your own. As for what you need to host a server, thankfully hosting a server really doesn't require that much, especially if you're only looking to host one for yourself or only a few friends. The Minecraft Wiki has a page with some guidelines that I'm displaying on the screen right now of what kind of hardware you'll need depending on your server size. You can read in and pinpoint exactly which recommendation suits you best, but my main takeaway here is that if you're only looking to host a small server, then an old 5 to 10-year-old throwaway PC you can find from a friend or family member or even off of eBay should do the trick so long as it's not your grandpa's PC from the 90s. So, long story short, any 64-bit processor from the last 10 years or so, or even a Raspberry Pi will do just fine for this. As for the operating system, since we're looking at Minecraft Java Edition, the server runs on Java and ships in a .jar file, which makes it really easy to install and portable across pretty much any OS that runs Java. Windows, Linux, macOS, FreeBSD, whatever you're comfortable with, and you can do it with or without a GUI, depending on what you prefer. You just need to make sure if you're looking to host version 1.17 and newer, that your OS can run at least Java version 16, since that's a new requirement from that version moving forward. The system that I have right here for today for demonstration is a virtual machine that has two logical cores from an AMD Ryzen 1700, 4 GB of RAM, no dedicated GPU, and a 40 GB virtual disk on SSD storage. For the purposes of this exercise, this machine is rather overkill. You can easily host this server on a Raspberry Pi if you want something small to play with and experiment before you deploy it to a larger server. My OS of choice for today is Almond Linux 8.4, but any modern Linux distro will do just fine, and the commands here will be just the same or at least very similar if using a different distro. So now let's start taking a look at how to set the server up. First thing we'll need to do is install Java version 16. To do this, you just need to run a DNF install java-latest-openjdk, hit enter, hit yes when prompted, and just let it install. So the next thing I like to do is to make a directory called Minecraft and cd into it. This is not necessarily needed, but this is something I prefer to do to kind of keep my files organized and keep them all together. From here, I will download the Minecraft server jar file by using wget and pasting in the link to the jar file. You can get this link from the Minecraft website, and I'll have the link down in the video description below to the current version of 1.17.1. So just to maintain future sanity, let's just rename this server.jar file to Minecraft-server-1.17.1.jar. That way, if the jar file ever gets moved around for whatever reason, then we know exactly what it is and what version. Now we need to get the configuration started for Minecraft. To do that, we just run java-jar and then the name of the file. Now, as you saw, that failed after a few seconds, but this is intended because what this does is it puts a few files in place for us. The first one we're going to take a look at is this eula.txt file. Let's open that up in a text editor. And the only thing we're going to do here is change this eula equals false line to eula equals true. That just means we accept the end user license agreement. Don't worry too much about it. It's all good from here. You will also likely want to open up and edit this server.properties file. This just has all the settings for your Minecraft server. You can change things like the port, message of the day, all that kind of fun stuff. But we're going to leave this alone now since the server.properties file is good to go out of the box. To run the server now, let's just run java dash capital X lowercase ms 1536 capital M dash X lowercase mx 1536 capital M dash jar Minecraft server jar name, and then no GUI at the end of that command. The rundown of this command basically goes call Java, set the initial and maximum Java heap sizes in megabytes, pass the Minecraft jar file to run, and then pass no GUI to Minecraft so it knows to run without a GUI. So let's hit enter. And now you'll see the server starting and generating a world for us. But before we test it, Alma Linux by default comes with a firewall that we'll need to open up. So when this is done, we'll go ahead and open up the port. Just press Control-C to end the server process. And when that's done, let's just run a firewall -cmd --permanent --zone equals public --add port equals TCP/25565. Hit enter. Invalid port. Oh, oops. Silly thing for me. Same command, except we need to flip the 25565/TCP. Derp. Just got that backwards. Hit enter on that. Then firewall CMD -- reload. And now we can go ahead and start that server again. All right, cool. So the server has been connected. Now let's go ahead and test it by connecting our client to it. All right, so I went ahead and opened up Minecraft, selected version 1.17.1 to match our server, clicked on multiplayer, and now I'm at this screen. So all we have to do now is click on add server, give your server a name. Let's just say Bit Goblin Test. And then in the server address field, we just need to put in the IP address or hostname of our server. In this case, for me, it's 10.7.10.225. Since we didn't change the port of the server, we don't have to add it in the server address field, but you can do that by, say, :25565 if you really want it to be pedantic. We're not going to do that here, so let's just go ahead and click done. We should actually see, yep, there we go. After a moment, you'll see the server information pop up, and we can click this play icon, and boom, Minecraft world has been set up, and we are playing. Getting back to the terminal, do you remember that server.properties file that I mentioned a moment ago but kind of avoided? Let's take a look at it now. So let's hit Control-C to end the server process. Let's go ahead and open it up again in a text editor. And again, you'll see something like this. The Minecraft wiki has a page explaining every single one of these lines, so I won't do that here. But the first thing I want to point out here is this server-port line. If you change this just changes what port the server is listening on, and you'll need to change the server address field in your client to reflect that. This is important if you're looking to run multiple servers on the same host, or if you already have another application running on that port, since you can't have multiple services listening on the same port. Now in this file, there are also a few game settings here, like difficulty, so you can determine exactly how hard the game is. That's rather self-explanatory. Game mode up towards the top, which can be either survival or creative, depending on how you want to play the game. Spawn protection, which is towards the bottom of the file, which basically determines how close mobs of NPCs can spawn to you. And PvP, which is basically just whether you allow players to fight each other or not. You can set these to whatever you prefer, and if you're not sure, then you can just run with the default settings to see if they work for you, and then change them down the road if you see fit. One fun thing in this file is this motd, or message of the day line, which is basically just that little message that you see under your server name in your server list. You can change this to whatever you want. I usually set this to something like, say, like Bit Goblin World 2 or 3 or whatever, just to kind of make it a little more informational, but this can be as funny or as vile as you want. Have fun with it. To make these changes take effect, we change the message of the day, so let's also change the server port just for demonstration purposes. Let's do 25568. You need to save this file, and then you need to restart your server. In this case, we already have the server stopped, but you would just need to hit Control-C and stop it, and then we just go up that command, hit enter, and the server will start with the new settings. All right, now that the server is started, let's just pop on over to my Minecraft client. All right, so here, since I changed the server port, I need to go click on the server and hit edit, go to the server address, and then do that :25568 for the new server port. Hit done. To force it, I'm just going to hit refresh. Whoops, I totally forgot that since we changed the server port that it's listening on, we needed to add that new port to the firewall to allow the traffic through. So I went ahead and did that. Same two commands, just change the port number for 25568. Now let's hit refresh, and boom, message of the day shows up as the new one, and we can still connect to it as you see. Looks like it's getting late. That's cool. Disconnect. All right, now that we've gone over the basics, let's go over some easy things to improve your experience while hosting the server. One thing I like to do is to create myself a user to run the server with. You can do it as any user you want. We ran it as the root user right here. I just prefer keeping their services as their own user when necessary to keep everything isolated. But it's also not good to run services as root, because then if there's a vulnerability in Minecraft, then someone can get into your whole system and do damage. Whereas if it's just like a Minecraft user that can only run the Minecraft server and nothing else, then at least you have some protections. But anyways, enough of that security talk. Let's just go ahead and create a new user. So what we'll do here is user add, and let's just call it Minecraft to keep it simple. Now, one thing I like to do is change the default shell to bin bash. So let's do the user mod dash lowercase s / bin / bash. Oops, got to put the username. Derp. No changes. Okay, so it was already bin bash. And then what we got to do is create a home directory for the user. So let's run cp minus lowercase r / etc / skel, and then /home / Minecraft. Hit enter. The home directory is created, but now we have to assign ownership to that user. So let's do a chown -R /home. Oops, got a little ahead of myself. So after the minus $R, do Minecraft :Minecraft. That's the user group that we're going to give ownership to, and then /home / Minecraft. Now what we're going to do next is move our server files over to the Minecraft user's home directory. To do that, let's just do mv. Since this was in the root user's home, let's just do the / Minecraft, and then over to -Minecraft for the Minecraft user's home directory. And let's use the chown command again on that new directory so that the Minecraft user has access to those files. Now let's sudo to that user to make sure everything works. Sudo i-u Minecraft. Oh no, root's not on the user. All right, let's just do a su-Minecraft. Now we're the Minecraft user, and let's cd into the Minecraft directory. Now we have all the files that were there before. And if you run that same command before, I'm just going to copy and paste it. Hit enter, and now we're good to go. All right, so the next improvement we're going to make is to write a simple shell script to launch the server. Open up a new file called start.sh. And at the very top of the file, let's add a shebang or /bin /sh. And now on a new line, let's just paste our command from before right here, and then save and exit the file. Now we just have to make the file executable by doing a chmod +x, and then the name of the file, so start.sh. Hit enter, and now we can launch our server with a simple /start.sh. Boom, there we go. It's not a big change, but it does make launching the server a short, memorable command instead of having to remember what arguments to put in for the Java command and all that junk. So now the final improvement we're going to make today is using the screen utility to launch and run the server in the background. You may have noticed by now that you have to keep your terminal open just to keep your server running, which may be inconvenient if you like to shut down your computer to save power or whatever. But with Screen, you can detach from a running terminal and leave your server running 24/7. Screen is available in most major Linux distributions repositories, and it can be installed with a simple DNF install Screen. So let's go ahead and close the server process. Then let's go back to our root user and run DNF install Screen. Oh, it's already installed. That's good here. So to run it, let's go back to our Minecraft user. And all you have to do is just type Screen and hit enter. And you might get hit with a prompt that explains the basics of Screen. Just hit Q or whatever it tells you to get through it, and now you'll be in a clean shell. Let's cd into our Minecraft server directory, and then we can run /start.sh. And now while your server's starting up, what you can do to detach your terminal session is to hold control and then press A and then D. Oh, I guess Smobit xterm just kind of made things weird. But we can hit clear. Our shell's free to do whatever we want. But if you need to reconnect to your terminal session from screen, all you need to do is do a screen space -R, and you can see that the server process is running still. Well, that's it for the Minecraft tutorial. And if you're still watching by this point in the video, then you'll likely be glad to know that I'm opening up a Minecraft server for you all in the Bit Goblin community to go to town on and have your fun with. It's currently on version 1.17.1, and I have a website over at mc.bitgoblin.tech, so you have a reference for the server info to connect to, and later on a newsfeed with any updates pertaining to the server. It's only one server right now, it's nothing fancy, and I don't have any plans yet on expanding it to multiple servers with mods or anything weird, but I'm open to any suggestions, so be sure to let me know your thoughts in the comment section. And that's all I have for this one. I hope you all enjoyed it. It was really fun for me. Go hit the like button and subscribe if you liked it to let me know if I should keep making more videos just like this one, or go hit the dislike button so I know to do better next time. Also, feel free to leave your thoughts on this video or your ideas for similar videos down in the comment section below, and go join the Bit Goblin community Discord server. Links in the video description, and I'm usually always active and willing to chat. I hope you all have a great day, and I will catch you in the next one.